Keelyn.
Hey.
And we thought we would do a little makeup, not tutorial, just like tips and tricks, because what do you want to explain what you do?
Ooh, okay.
What's your job?
Yes, what's my job? So I work with a makeup brand called Napoleon Curtis, and yeah, I get to do makeup every day. It's really cool.
Yeah, she lives the dream.
It's good.
Yeah, so she has brought all her stuff and I'm gonna be her lucky subject because obviously I don't have anything on right now, but she's gonna put stuff on my face and talk us through the process. Not really like how to do makeup, just her products and what she likes and trick tips and blah blah blah.
Cool.
So yeah, let's go.
Alright, so probably the first thing I like to do when I do makeup is always start to cleanse, even though obviously her naked face is right here with us. It does make the makeup look a lot better when you do a cleanse. So I'm going to use a cleansing oil, which is my favourite type of cleansing just because it really softens the skin. Smear it all over her face. Give her a nice little massage. The next thing I'll do, so if we had a sink with us, I would just splash some water on her face just to emulsify it and remove it, but I'll just use a toner by another Australian brand called Trilogy.
Repping the Australian brands.
Love it. Got a few Australian brands here actually. So I'll just get Alex to close your eyes and I'll spray generously. There we go. And then we'll do another massage. Because she's oily, instead of using a heavier lotion or oil, which I brought with me just in case, we'll use a Napoleon Curtis product called the Moisture Mist, which I really, really like. I always use it over the top of makeup when I'm feeling a bit dry because I have more of a dry skin and just helps the foundation to look a bit more dewy. So I'll use that as a moisturizer. So again, close your eyes. Oh, it's a new one. So next bit I'll do is prime her skin, which I think is important for all skin types. I use a primer every day. I either use the Hourglass Mineral Veil, which is awesome. I feel like I don't have to powder when I use this because it kind of just holds the foundation in place, or when I'm feeling a bit more dry I use an Illamasqua Hydra Veil as well, but I thought this would be really awesome for Alex's skin because it's oil free and creates a really, really nice smooth base. It's very pretty. So next bit I'll do is we'll add a bit of a highlight to her skin, which I kind of like to do first under the makeup and also after if we feel the need. But especially with Alex's skin, she's a bit more oily, so I don't want to show too much shine. So for that, one of my favourite highlights at the moment is a Lush product called Feeling Younger. It has a really, really beautiful kind of pearlescent radiance to it, so we'll use that on kind of the high points of her skin.
This is so cool.
Yeah. So we'll start with her cheekbones. I just kind of like to press it around first. Between the brows. Cupid's bow. Oh, just a tiny bit there. That makes the lips look really full. And chin. So you'll go and blend that around. The foundation that I use when I'm doing someone else's makeup is a Ben Nye palette that I just bought at a makeup kind of wholesaler who sells things to makeup artists who's a lot cheaper than buying from retail. Has just about every colour I could ever need. A cream formula, which I really like as well. So you can do kind of really any coverage and you can kind of conceal with it as well. One of my favourite foundation brushes is kind of a domed brush that really buffs it into the skin. There's like a lot like this, but this is just a Real Techniques brush. Real Techniques brush that I like because it's kind of domed, fits to the contours of the skin, does the job. So what I like to do now is just sort of scoop out a bit of product.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Blend it on the back of my hand like a palette. And then go in with it just a real little bit at a time. Under the eye, forgot my concealer today, but that's fine because we have this magical palette. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some of the more peachier, slightly darker colours for underneath the eye, just because a bit of science for you, a bit of colour science.
Wow.
Correcting under the eyes is really important with kind of a peachy tone because it will offset that kind of bruising tone underneath her eye. So we'll do Yeah, we'll do some of the darker colour. Wow. A little bit lighter for underneath the eyes as well in texture. I'm going to mix a bit of that highlight underneath there as well, which will kind of really help to reflect light out of the darkness there. I'm going to do a bit of highlighting over the top of her skin. So there's a few options you can do to highlight on top of foundation before you powder the skin. So you could either go in with a cream highlight. So my favorite cream highlight is a Napoleon one as well. It's the Light Switch palette. So you get like 3 different highlight products. You get a bronzer and a blush, but you can use it on the eyes or basically anywhere. My next favorite bit is a powder, which you can do to kind of set the skin in place but without looking too heavy. So I've got the Hourglass. So I'll start by adding this kind of underneath her eye to highlight there, and sort of just where we added the highlight underneath the skin. So now we've just sort of set her foundation in place and she looks like a disco ball.
More shiny.
True Napoleon Purtis fashion, as I am an employee of his, he really likes to do mascara first.
That's so weird
to
me.
It's bizarre. But it makes sense when you do eye makeup because it kind of helps to frame the face and the eyes. Look down. Eyes open and look at your light. Yeah. Ooh. What I'll do is her brows as well, because that also kind of helps to frame the face too.
Yes.
Got another Napoleon Purtis product. This one's called Brow Tox, and it's kind of like a brow gel, pomade, whatever you want to call it. And I think it's a good colour for Alex because it's kind of like a warm brown blonde kind of colour. So I'm going to use a bit of that for her. And underneath that I'll use just a highlight under her brow, just to accentuate. So I'm going to use a colour from the Anastasia contour kit. It's lovely, but I'm not a brandist because I've also got an Australis one sitting right here too. So I'll use the sparkly one and just a little bit on a small brush underneath the arch of her brow. I add it just in the inner corner of her eye as well. So now we might add a bit of colour to her cheeks. I thought since this is a time to try all things with Alex, I might just use one of the OCC lip, Obsessive Compulsive's Lip Tar in the shade Ophelia as just a cream lip colour. And I might mix it with a little bit of the Feeling Younger skin tint just to soften it a bit because it's very pigmented. Might start by picking it up with another Real Techniques brush. This one's the Expert Face Brush. Which is a bit more domed, and I could have used this for my foundation too, but I feel like I like it just a little better for blending the blush. And I kind of like to use a stippling mission. I know it's a bit of a faux pas to apply cream blush over the top of powder, but I forgot. Might do a little bit of contour because that's always a bit of fun, but she obviously doesn't need too much because she's got pretty well defined cheekbones as it is. To do that, I'm going to use my Anastasia contour kit again, the slightly more neutral colour in the middle. I'm going to pick it up with the slightly stiffer end of this Australis brush. I just got it for free when I purchased the contour kit, so I'll just add it to the hollows of her cheeks. It's going to be really easy for me because I can see them already, but generally you follow a line from the top of her ear to the corner of her mouth. Not all the way. Now her base is completely finished, I think. We might do a bit of work on her eyes. I feel like I may have scared Alex into telling her that I wanted to use a bit of colour because I think it's fun. So my favourite product at the moment is the Urban Decay electric palette. So you can, it's pretty crazy with the colours, as you can see. It looks like a painting palette, but I feel like I've been using it like almost every day for a month, every day that I work, and I've just been doing an eye kind of similar to this with different intensities with the kind of purpley pink colours, and yeah, you can make it look really natural or kind of crazy, as you can see.
Yeah. So
I might use it in conjunction to one of the contouring palettes just to create a natural eye with a bit of colour.
Pop of colour.
Pop of colour, yeah. Start her off with a bit of an eyeshadow base. So I forgot to bring a primer, but that's okay because NYX's Chubby Jumbo Eye Pencils, not Chubby Sticks.
Chubby Sticks.
Clinique. Work really nicely as an eyeshadow base just to set the colour. So what I'll do is I'll scribble a bit on her eyes and blend it with just a flat brush. Doesn't really matter. This one's a square top, but just anything to kind of blend it. To make her eyes pop, that colour is really nice because it's kind of like an orange-based champagne-y sort of colour. So it's got a bit of sparkle to it, but the orange contrasts really nicely with the colour of her eyes to make them pop. Ooh. I might also carry a bit down underneath her eye as well, just to carry the colour across. The next bit I'll do is blend out that colour with a shade from the Australia's Contour Palette. I bought the medium to deep colour because I intend to use it on eyes, particularly blue eyes, blue and green, because the really warm brown colours make the eyes really pop. So if you want to make your eyes pop and you have that kind of coloured eye, it really helps. Using one of yours again. It's a Real Techniques brush. It's a really nice brush just to pack the colour on, but also to blend it at the same time. Orangey, quite neutral eye. So at this point I might actually just do a chocolate brown liner just to give her a bit of definition, and then we might add just a little bit of colour over the top of it.
Woo!
I'm going to use a China Doll eyeliner by Napoleon Pettis. Again, this one is in the colour Teo. It's just a nice brown colour, which I think looks a bit nicer on fairer skin than black, just because it can be a bit harsh when you use black liner. Sometimes when you have really little lid space, when you do your liner, it's really easy to make your eye look smaller if you make it too thick. So to avoid that, what I'll do is I'll line her waterline, her upper waterline between the lashes, and then that might be enough, and we'll just do a little wing at the end, but we'll see. We'll start there at least. So you can sort of see I hope you can see a difference. Because we've just sort of covered up the fleshy bits between our lashes, which kind of creates a really fine liner. So now I'll add a little bit more over the top, just on our outer corner, and then flick it up into a wee bit of a wing. Add some more peachy colour over the top of her outer corner, just because we've lost it a little bit with the liner. So I'll add some of this brightest orange. Pop of colour I'll add is, I'm pretty indecisive when it comes to adding colour, so I usually just mix colours over the top of each other, but something kind of peachy to complement it all in the centre of her eye I will do, so probably will be a mix of those two colours. So let's add a little bit of pop of colour. Woo! We'll do another coat of mascara. I feel like I just want to add a bit more of like a darker, warmer brown to the outer corner, and then I'll be done. Use the Anastasia contour kit again, and use the darkest, warmest contour colour in the kit, so this one here. Some OCC again. They're kind of my favourite lip products because, especially for makeup artistry, because they're in the kind of test tube style, they're really a bit more hygienic. So I'm mixing anime and styling together to create a nice kind of almost fuchsia red type colour. So we're going to use that. So again, I'm going to use a lip brush for this one, so I'm going to use a Real Techniques one. It's actually called an accent brush, but we're not going to play by the rules, obviously.
Accent.
Powder blush over the top, just to balance it. So I'll use Alex's Real Techniques brush. I'm pretty sure must be their blush, multitask brush. The Balm Frat Boy blush. The Balm is a nice brand. They have really adorable packaging. Alex loves the Balm blush too.
Keelyn introduced me to it, and I've used it ever since.
I'm just sort of adding it to what's it called? The cheekbones of her face, because I don't want to have too much red in the centre of her face since she has the kind of bold lipstick on. But yeah, I think we're done.
How do I look, guys? Does Keelyn do a good job? I hope you enjoyed Keelyn's inspiration, makeup, tips, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, follow her. I will link her social medias down below because she doesn't have a YouTube channel, but if you want to see more of her stuff, just go on social media and check it out. Thanks for being on my channel, Keelyn.
My pleasure. I had fun.
I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.